Ladies and gentlemen, oh shit, I don't have my chat up. 1 second. Got a little ahead of myself here. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. I believe this is episode... Oh, I forgot to change that on the title. It's the number... Go ahead and do that real quick. Yes, I was right though. Episode 12. Episode 12 of this. And we are on the third class trial. And I think this time I predicted most of this all the way down. Again, went over it right before the right before we ended the last episode, so I'm not gonna do all that bullshit again. We're just gonna go right on into things. Cause I learned pretty quickly that these trials last a little bit longer. Everyone had heard Deltakuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. So as we all were all there.
Monokuma
what the fuck?
appears!
The hell? He's multiplying? No, not multiplication, bitch. It just looks that way because of an illusion, bitch. I'm moving so fast it only looks like I multiplied, bitch. Can you guys tell which one is the real Deltakuma, bitch? I'm so lost. Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy, tough crowd.
You're not playing along, bitch.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you. Okay, fine, bitch.
Hey!
Then if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train, bitch, or elevator, bitch. I'll see you guys down there, bitch.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please!
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore. Spirit Ball Man, you're gonna pay for yourself.
What the heck?
I told you already, I didn't do it for serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume for the book? Well, no, but how unfortunate. Then it would be soon we have our coffee.
Hey.
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first, then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I hate these fucking monologues from him, I swear. I can't let whoever killed Nerd and Compass Man get away with it. For everyone who's still alive. For the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Nerd and Compass Man. The one who killed two of our friends. Killer is... someone right here. Yeah, it's the bitch all the way to the back, looking like a Pokemon. That's who I think it is. I think it's this one right here. Took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. Yeah, why the fuck would I want to talk to anybody? No, just get the fuck down there. Was that like an opportunity to hear everybody's fucking reaction? Because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't give two fucks. Doors closed on their own. The steel box began to move. Steve felt his sister just so close to the fucking door, bro. Like, I just realized how fucking, like, empty this shit looks now. Like, holy fuck. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. I know I didn't read any of that, and I don't give a shit. The door slid open, opening up a cruel fate. I guess it's gonna be different again. Oh my god, I like this one. Well, I see how you got it together like this. I realize just how few of you there are left, bitch. Your still life is slowly reaching its climax, bitch.
Just the worst.
Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other? What? Bitch, do you really hate me so much, bitch? But I'm also so cute, bitch.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me, bitch. Of course I'm gonna start it, bitch. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break, bitch. I never hold on to like that, bitch. Okay, let's begin, bitch. Get your assigned seats, bitch. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. Can this fucker stop with this damn monologues and get to the damn thing? A deadly... Oh my fucking god. I need some water after that one. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Yes, I would like to save just in case. Always save. Yeah, now we get to see what the hell these other ones are. Lost in thought. Increase the time limit for each phase. Effective during the class trial. Costs 3 skill points. Cool and compose. Steadies your aim a little. Effective during the non-stop debate in the Hangman's Gambit. Costs 2. Increase your truth bullet rate of fire. Effective during the non-stop and the bullet time battle final strike. Mel's voice. Increase damage to the opponent when the statement is destroyed. Effective during the bullet time battle. Increase bullet capacity. Effective during the bullet time capacity. But wouldn't that mean it'd give me more wrong options? Handiwork allows you to reload 2 bullets at once. Effective during the bullet. Reloads 2 bullets at once. Increase time limit for each phase. Steadies your aim. That costs 2 and that costs 3. I don't think I want vocabulary, and that costs me 4. To reload 2 bullets. I think I really want these 2. And so now we only get 2, and that one costs us 4. Or damage opponent when sim is destroyed. So we can't use any other ones, right? I assume. Yeah. Oh, fucking hell.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
So I forgot you gotta go through this bullshit.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it!
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it! You killed them!
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence.
I was about to say, where the hell does she have room to talk?
Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know, I don't know!
Alright, finally, let's get the show on the road. His message. Alright, sir. Handwriting.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hero, why?
Yeah.
Why did you kill them?
No, just hold on a second.
Yeah, it's blueprints. All right. Alright, so how do I fire again? It's with Y, correct? Yeah.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
Bitch!
It's not true. It's Hero, why? Why did you kill
How do
them?
the fuck is that?
No!
Just hold on a second!
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints.
No, that's wrong.
Ah, I should have just went with it. I need to start going with my gut at the beginning with this shit.
Are we sure Hero really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hero wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared.
Uh-oh. I don't think
The
you should have said
handwriting's
that.
obviously different, wouldn't you say?
Yes, it is very different.
When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Correct.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
I don't think that's really possible.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Yeah, I was about to say. You could slightly
Come on.
change it, but I don't think
I'm
you
not
do that.
smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
What?
Oh.
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Of course the cops gave it off to me.
Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
So it's this individual, yeah, it was him.
Got it! Other than Hero, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So
I
what
get
you're
where he's
saying
going.
is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
Ah,
What?
yes.
Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
It was... Where the hell you at? That, the dolly,
I got it!
yes. Thing that were used to make, they must have been... Oh, and there's one more? Oh yeah, it's the tarp.
I got it! They were
Yeah, that's why
a
he's on
dolly and a
tarp.
tarp, right?
with
So,
the attitude?
let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository.
Yes.
And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room.
Yes.
So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found
Yeah, like,
Taka's
so his
body.
body's there. There's the dolly. There's 3 tarps. There's 2 when that fucking body was gone.
But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
Yep.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body?
Yes.
That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway. We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Well, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean, but maybe I can change your mind. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved in the equipment room to the repository. A new element has been added. Yes! Let's talk about reloading. Starting with the next bullet time, we're going to add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your amount count. Until now, there hasn't been a limit on how you destroy opponent's statements. From now on, just locking on pressing the Y button won't be enough to handle them. That will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the X button. Just like locking on, you'll have to press the X button and top marker. Basically, just remember the X button now and has the function along with the A and Y buttons. You automatically reload it at the start of the fever time and your ammo will not decrease. If your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. In which case, you can ignore everything I just said. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay. Wait, I think we were already doing that, I'm pretty sure.
You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst! You miserable wretch! I cannot agree! You are a fool. Do your worst! You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst! I cannot agree!
Bloodstains.
This should prove it.
Boom, bitch!
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository.
Yep.
So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jeez, does Pokemon bitch really hate me that
Well,
much?
anyway,
No,
that was just
it's
something
that
we
it
had to
hurts.
get
You
out
try
of the
to
way.
debunk it.
Let's
Haha.
get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then What kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Just can't bend at the waist. He really said, because Steve felt the sister immediately said that you can't bend at the waist, which would be obvious, yeah.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room, and from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
but even without a handle, all you'd have to do
is bend over.
No,
Put A instead of Y.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together, remember?
Mine is bad in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you
Because
can't
you couldn't
even
see
see
your
your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean,
Yep.
isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance the costume was taken off from the body because you can't take it off by yourself.
I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember,
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make the stupid freaking thing. There's a collapse on the back that keeps me from getting it off. Looks pretty straight. I don't even think you can get it off. And you're right. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
if he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right!
So, it's really, really true that Robo-Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
Pictures can be set
You
up.
all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of
You
Hifumi
literally
being dragged
said
away
you
by
were
Robo-Justice?
unconscious, and then you said
If
you
whoever
took the
was in
picture
that suit
after
is not the
saying that you were
culprit,
unconscious.
how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo Justice, that's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
She was unconscious and they took the picture right there.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office,
I saw a shadow, something moving around the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Come on, bitch, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then...
Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... Nerd! He's in the nurse's office! This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the three of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us, and she told us something very surprising.
Nurse's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well,
shit.
if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
I don't know how to cover this kid, so I have to find them no matter what. Fuck. Make your argument. Deltakuma file number 3. I feel like that means I gotta steal a statement.
Regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it
He
was
did.
after?
He died
We
before.
already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
No.
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Justice Hammer were numbered, but were they really used in that order? Okay.
So, regarding Taka's death,
I wonder if he...
or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammer.
It's true that Hifumi
Hifumi was killed while Taka's
Okay,
death?
so I think I gotta steal...
So it's obvious Taka came after.
So how the hell do you do the thing where I... Silencer... Select truth bullet... Password argument, open handbook, fire...
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed
With just while Taka's death?
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So,
Regarding, I wonder if he... Or perhaps it was... We already know...
Yes! My accidental copy of the other one worked! I was like, well, fuck it, might as well try the
Hold
other
on.
one.
There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi?
Yes.
Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proves Thomas May was killed before Nerd. There has to be something that relates to what time he must have died. Alexa, shut the fuck up! Just watch. Just watch. Wristwatch. Yeah, wristwatch. No, we need an S. Wrist, we need W. A, C. We need that H. Yeah! Let's go!
Now I understand.
I think it's the first one I ever did on first try.
I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night,
Hey, you! How long were you gonna keep us waiting? Postman's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all little boys and girls.
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
Exactly.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Huh? What was that? If that came from downstairs, it must have been Nerd. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
Wait, I just...
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have
just
recorded him
realized
screaming
how
on a
he
tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's
just
true,
realized-
where's the tape?
They're in the
I don't know.
nurse's office
just go
where he
making
found
stuff
blood
up.
packets in the refrigerator.
Anyway,
He used
we
the
all
blood
have
to make it look
rock-solid
like he
alibis
got
for when
hit.
we heard Hifumi scream. Since
Aha.
all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even
Well-
if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
I still think
That's true.
he got
We
up.
searched everywhere,
What is that?
but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing.
Yeah, because like they said, nobody
according
was
to what
picking that
Celeste said-
motherfucker up. We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then the killer was able to get in and move Nerd's body in that short amount of time. No, he got up. It would seem so.
His body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Oh my god, that's why the respiratory room was locked. Because he locked it after hiding in there. Opens it up for Pokemon bitch. She fucking backstabs him and then goes, guys, look, I found the bodies!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
So I was right.
The
Right,
dead
boys,
body
let's go.
moved on its own?
No! Not another
Music's beat right now, damn.
ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office,
song is such
but
a
simply
beat right
walked
now.
out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
It was still alive. Is it really possible? Yes, I do. Glasses being cleaned from blood. Working wristwatch. Nope, that's not it.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No,
Yes.
it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
How do
And you know
this?
that how?
Yeah,
Surely
exactly.
you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying
That when we
Someone
first
else
found there's a
discovery.
chance.
chance he was actually still...
No,
Yes.
Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely
You heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about
I
that?
held it like an idiot.
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Alright.
Are you saying that when we first there's a chance he...
no.
It is
Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely
you heard the
body discovered.
Hifumi's dead body.
There you go.
That's wrong. Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of
forgot
all,
about the
if
second one
two
that
bodies had been
happened.
found, there really should have been two announcements.
There was a second announcement. It was
Maybe
later on, though.
Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Exactly.
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Thank you. Second body discovery announcement. First time played when we found each body in the nurse's office equipment room, and then the repository or whatever. When the bodies were rediscovered.
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Ding dong, ding dong. A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin. Bitch.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
The glass cleaner, glasses cleaner claw.
Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
There's one person still alive. I have to find and show it to everyone. It's the glasses cleaner. Or his glasses. It's one of the 2. Yep, there you go.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in
how it was positioned.
Shoot!
Fuck. Let's try the one after that.
Well, here's one. The first time we found him, and then his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
That was the one.
No, that's wrong.
I got a little gun-ho there. Shot a little too early.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
Yep. The evidence I found in trash can office was glasses cleaning cloth.
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... what exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
Yep.
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
There's refrigerator flood packets.
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
Yep.
The door was locked?
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Ah, the paper.
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Deltakuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone. Just for now, let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
Ah! That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been... I got it!
Nerd's pants.
That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, Ted Bundy is seriously scary, but still, I can't let her get to me. It's none of those.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
I held it!
Shoot!
I held it. Why? I did.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was, it must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No,
Bullshit.
it's wrong! No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Gladly.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
Yep.
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly, which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive!
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository, so he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Damn.
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it.
What's
But
wrong?
wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either.
I
The
do.
Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments.
We found something.
But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms,
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
Similar, not the same.
so then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The weapon that was actually used to kill Nerd. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow I have to find the truth. It's the clean mallet in the respiratory room. Yes, there you go, spotless hammer.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! What was used? Was it maybe justice?
Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody leak?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer plot. Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info.
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
That's where I'm supposed to
No,
put it.
it's wrong.
This is what I get for not
The
waiting
murder
now.
weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Yep.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first, but but betraying them afterwards is where you benefit, because then technically you're the black in them.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have been, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate, and assuming the rule holds true.
No!
Oh yeah! Got this.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
Surprise.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
Yep.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think
Why
so?
not really want
I
to-
can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
Everybody knows the main characteristic. That was the main characteristic. Must have noticed that fact from the very beginning. It's like she said not to look at it as two connected events or entirely separate incidents. Yoko really is amazing. I mean, favorite. Fuck. When you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, almost unnatural how good she is.
I
at
understand
this.
how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
The
That's
same
problem
one.
numero uno right now.
The same one that literally told him to make her tea. And he did it exactly like so. Yeah, the one that literally made him to make her tea and then she threw it away!
Here's my answer.
I knew it!
It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brain-fat, lazy, worthless goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
She
It
really
is.
hates him.
Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
Yeah.
I got it! The
They're the
behavior
only
they had
one.
in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush, the adults are talking now.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw a shadow, something moving around the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Hang on, bitch, what's wrong? Oh, wrong button. That was a rather intense stream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down in the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... Nerd, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into 2 groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Then why don't we split into 2 groups? I'll lead the hunting party. That seems much more interesting. Very well, then Sip and Seafeld's sister, you come with me to the nurse's office. I will lead the caster to the suspicious individual, to J.K. Rowling, Rich Bitch, and She-Hawk.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
Damn.
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I certainly was not expecting this. Did not imagine that nerd would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
What the hell did she say? They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like that. Because she was always the person who said
saying that too.
Adaptability is survivability.
I don't understand what's so strange about
because she's somebody that kept saying
Then pay
adaptability
attention.
is
Sakura,
survivability.
Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed, so Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the 4 of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead.
Oh,
Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
That doesn't make sense. And what is he alluding to? That she knew the bodies were moved.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here.
Fuck, no! Fuck!
Shoot!
All I said was, they must really be enjoying the sight of us.
They must be positively. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
Shoot!
Okay, that's what we gotta shoot.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die.
And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Fuck! No, I meant to held it! Fuck!
Shoot!
All I said, they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die. And that is all.
And that's all it takes to think. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said, they must really be enjoying
The sight of us standing around, they must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die.
No, that's wrong.
Fucking hell.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys?
Oh, yeah.
Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
Set up. It's set up.
How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It's set up.
It has to be some kind of setup, right?
Yeah.
So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly
Can't
forgotten?
bend at the waist means
You
that the
are
costume
the
would
only
make
one
you
who could have
be able to
possibly fit
stand
into
up
that
without
suit.
falling over.
Plus, I
The
happen to
nerd
know that this
leaning
particular
against it to
camera
make sure it
does
wasn't
not have a
falling
timer.
over. And since it's
In
onto
other
him,
words, it is
makes
an
it look like he's being
unassailable
pulled
fact
away.
that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
Yes.
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Other explanations? This wasn't a picture of the suspect nerd away. The only other possibility is
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away.
that one was a little confusing.
I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
She's getting angry. Is it really that possible? Let's see what you're gonna give us. Dress costume, blueprints, probably.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up.
Get
No,
out
wrong.
of here! Yes! First try.
No.
You can't
Even
let-
if
you
the
can't
person
bend at the
inside the
waist.
suit were
So,
unconscious,
like I said,
they
you
could
just
still
keep
stand up
them
like that.
Straight up.
Because that Robo Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
Head of the game. You totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight. Let's go.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi
Face.
took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then,
Nice.
I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
She's losing it.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
My God.
Celeste? Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hey nerd, who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right, I remember the name. Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Wait! But my name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually Taro!
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
He said everyone's last names. He never used their first
I
name.
got it!
He always said Mr. Naegi.
That's right! Our last names!
Yeah.
He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his
first name.
Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now, isn't that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Wait.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to. And that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
So, make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste still won't. Pokemon bitch still won't give up. Do something to make her accept it. So she's in it. Handbook! Handbook! That's what it is! Oh my god! Because their handbook
Hifumi was
will
trying to
actually
tell us
say
something.
her true name.
He wanted us to know the killer's last name. Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what you...
how many times do I name? Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only truth there is! Moron!
Why do I keep doing
He
this?
wanted us to know the killers. If there's one person...
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told...
How many times do I name? Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan to go on
Pretend...
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no...
No,
I
it's wrong.
keep on holding when I need to press.
That's it.
Bitch.
The handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook's absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it, bitch. When you start it up, it will display your name, bitch. Always make sure you have the right one, bitch. Now, this is not everyday notebook, bitch. It has so many more uses than that, bitch.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And
Oh, yeah,
that'll
it's
bring
comic
everything
time.
to an end.
Comic book time. Comic book time. Oh my god. Okay, so that one's 100% not. That one's 100% not. I assume this. Act 2. How? This is so confusing. Assume that there. That's 1 a.m. I'm so confused. That one. I see it there. That's the spotless hammer. This was number 2. So what's left? And number 3 here then. So we know these 2 aren't used. There's 2 there, 3. How many spots do we have left? We have 1, okay. Well, this one's automatically out. This backpack's right there. Has to be, right?
The killer is you!
That one was very confusing.
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder.
And
that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
Alright, so I think we got it all right then.
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning.
Yeah, so I did get it all right, okay.
That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit.
Yeah, I think we got it all done.
Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library.
With Justice Hammer 2.
This time,
right.
they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3
music, bro.
and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation.
That fucking face, bro.
He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the
I love
bodies
those little like
disappeared.
sign animations. Look at him, look, yeah, I'm your little
But
cat.
even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
Pokemon bitch. Yes, I love the transition. I love that
Celeste!
transition.
Sorry, you lose.
I love that transition.
I lost? I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
A. Let's, I was about to say all A's. I'll take a B, to be honest. I think that's actually the best one we've done, so let's go.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote, okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What?
It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct, bitch. The black and this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was... Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely... or fucking Pokemon, bitch! Or more precisely, Pokemon, bitch. Fuck. Slipped up there.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Nerd's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew
So
it.
you really did approach Nerd with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her speciality, lying. My speciality? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then,
Then did you use, I knew you'd figure it out, favorite. You're absolutely right. To get Nerd to act as my accomplice.
Indeed.
I used her. For everyone who's still left, I avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Nerd and Compass Man were both super into. Does she mean... Is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What, bitch? What, bitch? What are you talking about, bitch?
just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop as usual, bitch. How sad.
In other words,
Then you're the one that stole it?
Indeed.
That's right.
I
You
see.
used it to drag Nerd into the plan you come up with. Right again. Last night after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Nerd a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you, alone. It was about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
are you okay with this?
It was Compass Man. He stole it.
Yeah!
What?
So
And I
then,
have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I found the use for the digital camera. I'd taken, what, to Compass Man's room earlier and took pictures of it there. Look at all that fucking... That camera is literally... He has a poster, looks like a 50 million comics. figurines, his bed. He has a body pillow, his sheets. Like, god damn. I deleted the picture as soon as I showed it to Nerd, of course.
Damnation!
Grr, so it was him. But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either one of us got close to her. You were correct, which is why Compassman forced me to steal it.
Say what?
As for me,
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh,
as for me,
He came to my room last night unannounced, and that it's hard for me to even say. He abused me. Wow.
what?
And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime, an absolute crime. That's pretty fucked up to lie about, to be honest. It's more fucked up to lie about that. I mean, I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but... Like, god damn, I honestly feel like it's more fucked up to lie about that.
Say what?
I never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him.
most
Wait,
unfortunate.
please, if you go now, you will be playing right into his hands. Huh?
Actually,
Compassman is planning to use her to escape. And he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean. Compassman is going to try to kill you. What?
indeed.
And also he can keep her to himself. That bastard. Bastard!
Honestly,
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I?
I swear I will save her!
actually,
Then would you like to join with me? It just so happens I'd come up with a plan. I've devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful skull. And with that, it is complete. What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Nerd agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. Power of love. Even a love as twisted as that could still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me. Yeah, you're a piece of shit.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Nerd's creation?
indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. No idea he'd make something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So why do you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it?
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like
Well,
when you were explaining your plan to Nerd, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Nerd supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded and was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course, that wasn't all there was to it. As I explained to Nerd, the plan was, while you all were questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Nerd would have an alibi, somebody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward, stereotypical. I'm just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Nerd ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly right up until the moment of his death.
so in the
She had
end,
planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point in my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
don't be mean!
Wow, you sound like Rich Bitch.
I wonder
No,
about
he derives
that.
his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then, what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Deltakuma offer us? That is a lot of money, it's true. That's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life had begun, my only thought has been escape.
But
But all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch!
Obviously, that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little bitch!
I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. Do you want to know why, huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. Accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
There was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. For that dream of yours.
isn't it
To
wonderful?
live in a European castle. A castle? And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers / bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I attained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world
This is fine.
descendants or whatever. Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That was what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Deltakuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge.
There is
but
nothing to be done.
unfortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursue my dream till the very end.
Just
so
the
here you are.
worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it.
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying, and plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even feel my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes,
That's
indeed.
right, I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice,
Wonderful.
I think I'd like to come back as Mary and tonight. What?
Hey,
You just get executed again. Pokemon bitch smiled then. When she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. Smile, it what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
You all done, bitch? Okay, then let's get rolling. Black and destroyed the piece and must pay the price, bitch.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For her, the ultimate gambler, bitch.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
I hope to God I never fucking meet you in my life. I'm so glad you're fake. Because you're the kind of people I despise. Oh my God. You're an asshole. The burning of the Versailles witch. A castle, like back in the day, where they thought witches exist. Was it because of what she said? I don't know who the fuck that person who she named was. Is that person like a witch? Like got called a witch? Oh my God, that's not it. Wait, so did she get run over? Oh shit, okay. That explained it. So not only did she burn, she got hit with a fucking fire truck. It's over. The third execution is over. Pokemon bitch's death is over. Pokemon killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. For him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful, bitch? Someone couldn't cut free of the regrets from the outside world and more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young, bitch. You need to place more value on your lives, bitch.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, and here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation, bitch.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all in the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not, bitch. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one, bitch. It's sad, yes it is, but that's reality. Just can't be avoided, bitch. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
Strange.
God, I'm so sick of people asking me that, bitch. Give it a rest already, bitch. So anyway, favorite, did I see you get some kind of key type object from Pokemon, bitch?
Hey! Hey!
So, what's the deal with that, bitch?
What?
Huh? Bitch, what's the matter, bitch?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Who?
What, bitch?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body? Okay.
Ooh, how exciting.
Oh man, oh jeez, oh man, oh jeez. What do you mean? What did I do, bitch? I have no idea, bitch. I don't know anything about it, bitch. What was that just now? The last time I did something to Favorite's body? What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kind of awkward, bitch. I think it's about time I got out of here.
Well,
Meanwhile, you guys enjoying your school life, bitch. If you get lonely, give me a shout, bitch. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course, bitch.
see ya later.
See ya, bitch! Deltakuma disappears, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair, there was one small hope. Hey, favorite, Deltakuma already mentioned it, but what's that key that Pokemon bitch gave you?
so...
Most likely, it's key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What? Then that means Pokemon bitch probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's the easiest to miss that right beneath your nose. Well then, we better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom, rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Favorite looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm gonna go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you
What?
later. Why exactly are you going alone?
so...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still a risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please, let me go. Sitting here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, rich bitch.
well then.
And it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? Huh? So, Simp and Favorite are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Simp. Girls like her are total pushovers, so you show them a little backpack. I'm trying to forget what Steve Felt's sister said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Favorite here alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah, you just made it sound like it's a date now. Like, goddamn.
So then,
We need to go to that locker. Favorite took the key. Pokemon bitch had given her and locked the locker. And as the locker swung open, we saw.
You really came.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe, thank goodness. I never heard Favorite sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Pokemon bitch asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time.
So,
Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon, maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a little longer. So now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but Let me take a second since we have this opportunity. I want you to be honest with me. Favorite, please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own here at the school? Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However,
Regardless, that's nothing you need to know right now. I don't need to know. It just makes me even more worried.
what?
Worried? Like, what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you did that,
Indeed.
it's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spying, right? And you too? No. I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious people believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
And maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then,
That's fine.
fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see, what I heard from Favorite then was, well, frankly, kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Favorite I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom at the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And the storage closet there, right in the back. She said it was right in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but could Favorite really be right about this? Talking about that? It's just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. Secret Favorite told me about. Could it really be hidden in here? She said it was in the back of the storage closet, but I mean seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet and suddenly, I were like being yanked. It shunk. At the same time as I heard that sound, I felt through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. But bump, I'd fallen in the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out the back of the wall was a revolving door and I made my way to the other side, just like Favorite had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the second floor, there's a storage closet, and way back of that closet, there's a secret room. This is a secret room, but what's in here? It's just a normal desk with normal drawers. There's a bunch of files and what looks like volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope Peak Academy Student Registry. Is this the one that is not covered in dust? Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file in my hand. Before I had a chance to take a look at it, I slipped the paper file out of the file and I turned my attention to it. You must not leave. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I can understand if it said, like, I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is the truth? My head feels funny. Strange sensation. It's like deja vu. His words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? What the fuck? Strange sound rang out through my head. It felt like I was shaking my brain back and forth, and then darkness. I don't understand what happened. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes, and I didn't know how long it had been. Holy shit! He must have been out for a while. Ow. Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. An empty bookshelf. Huh? Empty? Gone. It's all gone. Yearbooks, student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? But my brain refused to do any more work. This insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room, get some rest. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back towards my room. Somehow I made it back to the first floor in school. The farther I walked, the more I felt. Things are getting blurry. Can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. After that... From a vast distance, I heard a sound. It's faint, but undeniable. That sound. It's coming from the gym? The fuck? The sound got stronger and stronger. Crack. Yeah. I don't even know what the hell to say for that. What's going on? Maybe nothing. Here in the gym? One way to find out. And make a sound as I open the door to the gym. The sound's coming from inside, meanwhile only intensified that much more. For me, there was a rage battle beyond anything humanly possible. No one side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
The deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay. But you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? And could it be the mastermind spy is a next generation legend, stand tall galactic hero? The end. There's 7 of us left. To be continued. That's how you're gonna leave it off. Damn. Cool. Yes, save. Cade killed Katy Perry. Deltakuma killed Junkrat. Then Cade got executed. Then Biker Bitch killed Churro. Then he got executed. Nerd killed Compass Man, then Pokemon Bitch killed Nerd. Then she got executed. And that brings us up to now. The next morning in Dining Hall, the day after Pokemon Bitch's case. So now there's only 5 of us here. Only a third of the number of the people we started with.
Indeed.
Loneliness has become commonplace. That's true. Still. What did I see yesterday? I don't understand. She-Hulk is the mastermind spy? Can that really be true? Simp, are you okay? No, I'm fine! Can't bring it up in front of the others. If I did that, I would just confuse everyone that much more.
Okay.
Okay, in that case, let's eat until we pass out. What do you mean, in that case? Because look how scary everyone looks. It's gotta be because you're all fighting on empty stomachs, right? Feel your belly, I'm sure you all cheer up, so let's eat.
Okay.
Let's fry up some fish and donuts until we can't stand up. It's like a deep impact style meteor impact extinction level event combination of foods. What? Those are both breakfast time top sellers. Still, the till we can't stand up part is the problem. After we're done, we need to go explore. That's right, since class trial's over, new areas should have opened up.
It's true.
Plus, we still have alter ego. We don't have to give into despair just yet. She's right, we have to plan ahead and think about the future.
You got it!
Yeah, think about happy thoughts, not deathly thoughts.
You know?
Like when we're gonna get out of here, right?
You're serious.
When this is all over, I think I'm gonna get reborn for serious. Yeah, I mean, reborn as someone serious.
Well...
Hey, are you okay? That sounds like something someone who's about to die would say. I'm totally okay. I'm not gonna die. Why? Because there aren't gonna be any more murders. Oh, what makes you so sure?
According to the
Or did I do
spirits...
it last night? Since it revealed itself to me from the ether, there's no doubt about it.
However...
Accurate is your fortune telling anyway.
How about that?
I can usually hit 20 or 30% on a good day. That seems really low.
It's not like some
Well, yeah,
occult
it's not
mystery.
like it's ESP or whatever, or course. Of course, I'm only gonna get it right sometime.
The occult is
I told you my
bullcrap.
fortune telling isn't like some occult thing.
So,
Fortune telling isn't a cult.
You got it all
Of course
wrong.
not. Clairvoyance is clairvoyance. Don't put it in the same category as cattle mutilation.
Huh?
Cattle what?
So...
He's referring to the urban legend where aliens abduct cows and dissect them as part of their research.
Actually...
No, you're calling it an urban legend. As a matter of fact, it's true. As a matter of fact, it's happened to me. All happened one day when I went to go get a hamburger. It was a place I'd never been to before. They claimed their patties are 100% all beef. So I got a burger to go ahead and headed home.
But...
And then before long,
the end is
the sky
nigh!
was filled with a mysterious blinding light.
Some crazy beam came out of nowhere and locked onto my hamburger. And as soon as the beam touched it, the burger started floating in midair. And then, still floating there, the entire burger started coming apart. One part of it just vanished, while the rest fell back into my hand. Do you realize what that means? It means the burger wasn't 100% beef. It must have had some pork or something mixed in. Something like 70% pork and 30% beef would be my guess. You can't trick me.
So I stormed back into the burger place and got up and managed his grill, and they totally admitted it. It wasn't 100% beef. They totally mixed in ground pork with
How
it.
about that?
Now you see, that is cattle mutilation. I kind of got lost halfway through. Can't tell if you're for the cult or against it. You stink of stupidity.
Don't be mean.
I stink of, how dare you? Well, do you stink though? That's fine. That's fine? Anyway, I hope your prediction turns out to be true. Well, at the very least, I won't murder anyone.
Yeah.
Me either. I mean, I would never.
Of course.
Me either.
Indeed.
Nor I. That goes for me too, because of course I could never kill any of my friends. I feel like those words of encouragement were helping us come together as one. After so much sacrifice and hardship, we finally become united. But,
Well,
to be honest, I wish Rich Bitch and J.K. Rowling were here for this too. But they're so hard to deal with. They only think about themselves. Yeah, we're better off without them, I say. Was that enough to prove we were united for the time being, but within that bond hid weakness and fragility? All-star apologies. Chapter 4. We began our search as soon as we finished our breakfast in the dining hall. We had to find out what had opened up, what was waiting for us. And that is where we're gonna end it for today. On episode 12, a lot of cool shit. Shit got really fucking interesting real quick. You guys watching this on stream, thanks so much. I appreciate it so much. Helps me out a lot. If you guys watching this on YouTube, make sure to leave a like, a comment. If you're not subscribed yet, subscribe. If you're not in Discord yet, that's going to be down there. Please join a great community. I love to talk to you guys. I love to thank you guys, all the support that you guys give me. And yeah, it's another opportunity to hang out with me, talk to me. If you're a friend, then, you know, besides that. But if you're new to the channel, great way to get to know me, great way to get to know other people, to make new friends if you need some, gaming-wise, or just to talk to. Fuck it, right? Besides that, hope everybody has a great day. Commander signing off. Peace.